I'm knackered.
I saw you giving it all this.
I was dancing all that robot moves and everything.
Well, it's the theme song that you haven't heard for. When was the last time we did this? Lovely Cat. Before
January,
Christmas. Yeah, no, before Christmas. I think it was before Christmas.
No, we had Cat Night on. I think it was just after Christmas.
So I just said the Lovely Cat, and it was before Christmas. Was it?
Was it not after Christmas?
No, it was before. I'm sure it was.
I thought
anyway.
What? We have it wrong, and it was a great show.
You're wrong. You're wrong. What are you talking about?
When did you have it wrong? Then.
Yes, anyway, welcome to season 3 of Tub Thumpers. Season 3.
Thumpers. Must be Italian.
Oh, must be Italian. How are you?
It's my right.
You got to be back. Is all the magic ready for this season? Are the questions ready?
Whoa. Magic's never ready. I was born with magic. What do you mean magic's ready? What?
Comes that. When did you know? When did you find out you had that gift? You had the gift.
The moment I saw the light.
The moment you saw the light, you thought.
The same time.
Absolutely brilliant. We've got a lovely fellow on tonight. We love this bloke, don't we? I don't think of anyone that doesn't like him. I mean, we love him to pieces, isn't he?
Taxi drivers don't like him. And delivery drivers and those that ride the little Uber Eats bikes, they don't like him.
And those people who are a couple of seconds late, they can see it and they're running for it. They really don't like him. Do you know what I mean?
Especially when he drives off laughing to himself.
I wonder if he does that bus thing, where you see him in the mirror, slows down,
He does. Bus driver rules, isn't it? Of course he does.
Here he is. Bus driver rules. Somewhere. Has it not come on? Hang on a minute, what's going on? It's not working.
Test.
Get him on. There he is. No, but he has an intro, and for some reason his intro's not working. What? Hang on a minute. No. Not working.
Well, there's your intro test from Christmas.
That'll do for
Started
me.
me to go on.
I'm pressing it like mad. I'm pressing it and pressing it. And it's like,
oh, well, you see.
You and technology.
There it is.
That's worked 3 times if that was the one.
Has it worked 3 times?
Yeah. Just to make sure, did everyone get that? Have we got to play it again?
I even just said, look, Tez, sorry for Mark showing to that old Christmas picture. And he went, show it again.
Right, because I pressed it and it didn't go on. So I went, hey, so I pressed it again. So you must have seen it, just not me. Oh, right. Well,
everyone else saw it apart from you, I think.
Everyone else saw it. Exactly right.
Technical difficulties, we do apologise.
Not very professional. Well, it's, teething. We're teething. It's
do you know what, Tez? I think Mark should have had that T-shirt on. I think he should have worn that for this evening. I think. Yeah.
Let's have a look who's here, shall we? Oh, this bloke's here.
Hey!
Finhead himself. Old Finhead.
Hey! I hope it, can it? Brilliant. Oh, hi, John. Will you just send me a clip of you saying hey, and I'll use it in every...
Hey, do you see John's latest Instagram clip and his TikTok clip? I agree. I do believe
it's not sordid, is it?
No, it's about reptilians being amongst us. And I believe we've always had reptilians amongst us, yeah. I've seen them clips myself. Newsreaders' eyes go funny. Basketball players end up with like a claw hand and weird stuff. I agree, John.
Do you believe in all that sort of stuff, TJC?
Well, that's the whole point of watching John's channel, isn't it? You got to keep learning about these things, isn't you?
Yeah.
Mr. Knight, good evening. Good evening. Mrs. Knight, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, yeah, me and Chief was telling our TJC before, it's snowing here. Snowing.
Hey, can I just say, going back to Keith a minute, do you know when he made his Night Industries wagon and it looked really cool? Do you not think since he made that compartment on it and extended it, now it just looks just like the real deal, doesn't it? Just looks amazing since he put that other part to it.
He's super
now
cool.
It just looks great. Yeah.
He said,
really
I'll do a bit of advertising for the Shabby Geek channel. Once his shed's up and running and fixed, then he's going to start doing it. We're going to do something. Me and Keith, we're going to start, and we'll do it as a live stream. So I'll get Keith to take loads of pictures, and we'll show us where stuff's going and his love for it and all that. And we'll do a history thing all the way through it until, you know what I mean. I can't wait to do that because I think, and all jokes aside or whatever, because I know we all have a good laugh with our Keith and so forth. But his work. He's so talented, isn't he, Terry? It's just ridiculous how good he is.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to do
that. When you saw what he'd done there, you said, I think you could literally walk into a toy shop and the kid would see that and go, I want that, because that looks exactly like it, doesn't it? It's just...
Well, to me, Tez, he's the sort of guy like you drive a bus, and say like years from now you wanted that bus, you could find that sort of shell and he could send it to Keith, and by the time it comes back to you, it's your bus. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what he's really good at. He has an eye for what the shape of vehicle it is, like he did with his
well, he does all the decals, doesn't he? He does all the decals himself as well and puts them on, and that is amazing.
Yeah, it's just a shame to go to West Ham, isn't it? It's just a shame he's an hammer. It's the only thing, isn't it? It's just
Our friend Nate turns around and says, "Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It may be a bit early for a whiskey drink or a vodka drink, but it's never too early for some tub thumping." Kind of like the
you might need both watching this. You might need a whiskey drink
after the start. He wrote that before I played the start. Do you know what I mean? He's probably like, I don't know. Well, listen, you've got to have mistakes and so forth, aren't you? To be honest, it's just crazy. Look who else is here.
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright.
Rolando. This is awesome. Everyone's here. He says, Sup, John, G-Force, Kieran Bull, Gerald Kane, and the lovely Keith Knight. G-Force is there.
G-Force.
Welcome back. Yeah, it's now. Wednesdays feels the same now. It's like, it feels like, you know what it feels like? You know when you go on holiday and you've had a great time for the first few days, but after a while you've had enough. You just want to go home and get back in your own bed and watch. That's what Tub Thumpers feels like on a Wednesday. Do you know what I mean?
Tub Thumpers to me feels like, like when there's something on with your family and you've got to go and you just can't be arsed, but you've got to go. And then when you go, you're like, yeah, it's not so bad when I'm here. That's what it's like for me.
CSI, our Luke.
And Tez to be Auntie Debbie.
Let me ask you a question, TJC. So you're a single man, handsome single man. You go into a bar and you meet some girl at the bar, and you're talking away. And she says, "You're on the buses. I'm on the buses." You got a lot of things in common and so forth. Then she turns around and says, "My name's, I don't know, Deborah. What's your name?" Would you or would you not go, Ricardo? My name's Ricardo. You'd have to, wouldn't you?
You'd have to.
You know what I mean? It would work, wouldn't it?
You've got to get yourself a fighting chance and have a cool name, innit?
Yeah, well.
That's not going to work in Norwich. Everybody around you is called like Colin and stuff. Like
Steve, Tracy, come on, get them all in.
That's what I mean.
But you've just answered my own question. That's why it would work.
Exactly.
No, it would work in like places where are a bit more exotic, like Magaluf.
Preston.
There's nothing more exotic than Norwich. We've got plenty of Gregs.
Well, it's not really known for its exoticness, is it, Norwich? Exclude yourself, Terry, from that, obviously. But it's not. I don't look at Norwich. I look at Norwich and think of Alan Partridge. I don't really look at Norwich and think of Ricardo.
You say that, but for someone with your sort of like, where you're into all the sort of like you and yourself and John with all the things of like saying, is this really real and all that? There is a lot of historic sort of like ghost tours and stuff around Norwich.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Norwich wasn't real then.
No, that is unfortunately.
It's like Narnia.
I like Norwich. I like Norwich. I've been a few times. I don't mind it at all. Hello, Zoe T. Although
there's got a lot of tours, like mystery tours like that, with all that sort of stuff. You'd love it, so I think you and John.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've been to Norwich a few times. I like all your woods you've got in Norwich. All your woods are like, they look like something from Lord of the Rings, don't they? They're always misty and dead, like mint looking. Yeah,
well, that's the thing that ran near me. Obviously, everywhere you know, you get outside of Norwich, you get on the outskirts of Norwich or anything like that. Everything's flat, isn't it? Where I am, so it's not a hilly place. It's just flat.
I would just like to confirm that was an art trip that I went to in Norwich round the woods. It wasn't that I took some bodies and buried them in Norwich.
The truth is out there. We will find out. So
all I can think of Norwich is, it's very misty in the woods.
It is. The woods are beautiful in Norwich. You want to see it?
I'm not going to ask her name. Sorry, we won't go into that.
Hello, Zoe T. Good old Zoe's here. Good old Mr. Redmond is here.
Baron Redders.
Good old Hoppy is here. Oh, you've got all the regulars here. How big are your muscles? Oh, look at them.
Oh, I can't be doing that this time of night.
Mine's just it's like custard you got at school.
Simon, ask me where I keep my gem dolls. So just say, Shabby, where do you keep your gem doll?
In that room, where do you keep your gem doll?
Over there. and I keep my books.
See, we've got everything here. We've got magic, bodybuilding thing. Oh, what more do you want on a Wednesday?
Then you wonder why all the housewives watch us. Then you wonder why. I feel like George Clooney.
That's why Love Island's views have fell.
Dropped. Steve, good old Lord Milvalda. He says, evening all to everybody. Hello, Steve. I'll see you up on Instagram today with all your new stormtroopers you've got. Looks good, Steve. Looks really good. Talking about Star Wars and stormtroopers. Cool guys and gals. From the coolest of us all. Let's have a look who else is here. Wow, man, this is awesome. This is brilliant. You absolute legends. The lovely Miriam's here.
Miriam.
This is brilliant. I can't believe how many people are here. It's fantastic. This is awesome. Hey, PGM. Good old PGM's here.
I think PGM's joining us, Mark. I'll do a shameless plug for we're doing a new show. It's late nights for us in the UK.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, I always say to Mark, you don't understand. For us, it's different. We have our teas, kids are in bed, everyone's settled. We all get down nice and comfy 8, 9 o'clock and watch these streams, which we do, don't we? Yeah. You have to stop working the day. You have to do all this and that. And, I'll be the first to say I'm grateful for you to do that. One, I get to see my twin brother twice a week. And two, your show's good, so if you didn't do that for us in the day, we'd have no ZSR and a third part. But that's why I said to Mark, because I'm always up late. I'm like a vampire. I said, let's start doing a late night one. And do you know what I mean? So
it was weird.
It's nice to get some people on it, that show, Mark, where you don't normally see them at the time we come on, because again, time difference in different countries. And
the thing is, it's like I said, and first of all, that's a lovely thing to say, Arsai. What a nice, you're a lovely brother, you're lovely. He's lovely, isn't he, Terry? He's a lovely fella.
Yeah. I want to know what he's got in his. I want to know he's got in that cup. Is that alcoholic? Was there something?
After this, where's my 50 quid, Shabs?
It's Norwich juice from the woods.
No, it's just that you know what I mean. I mean, I love our British audience. I love it, and I'm dead humble in this. I don't think I'm a big head at all. So I'll always stick with Tub Thumpers and ZSR and anyone else who asks me on streams. Of course, I'll go on and so forth. But it is through the day for us. And me and Snoobs were talking about it. It's like, where you like at home now and it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and you can sit down, you've had your tea, your kids are in bed, you're relaxing. It's only 3:30 here. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit different. So,
but how did you feel like doing that? Like for me and Tez now, like, it's all done. 9 o'clock, just chill out, it's all done. So did it feel a bit like that for you doing it the other night at that time? Did you think,
one of the things it did is because it's only 9 o'clock here, but it felt like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was the weirdest sensation for me ever, but I enjoyed it. So I'm going to start doing every Thursday or so, and it's just an open mic at night. So when anyone can come in, we're just going to make it like it's not a formal thing like the CSR or Tub Thumpers, whatever. Anyone can come in.
Yeah.
So if you're ever awake, any of you, and you can't sleep,
and that's what I was going to say. This Thursday we're doing comic books, aren't we? There's you, me, there's Jeff. There's PGM, there's Super Awesome. We're just going to talk comic books.
Yeah, it's awesome.
DC versus Marvel.
DC versus Marvel, I like it. Guess who else is here? Library Mafia.
Do you know, I'm not being funny, but do you ever look at some people like that and think,
Yeah.
there's something about you, something mysterious about you? Because I've seen him this week with Kanye West's bird. I've seen him with, we've seen him doing loads, haven't we, this week, us two?
Seen Scott with Kanye West's bird.
Yeah, we've seen him with everything, haven't we, Tez, this week? So he's a bit of a dark horse, isn't he? Says he's a librarian. Not so sure.
Yeah, but is the librarian just a cover for something else? Or?
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not getting on the wrong side of him just in case. Do you know what I mean?
You always
Just
say,
in
don't you?
case.
Watch out for the quiet ones, Mark. Watch out for quiet ones.
He's another quiet one right here. The lovely Scuba Pete. And we'd all like to wish, we're glad that Leslie's feeling better now. She's back on her feet. That's awesome. So we're glad
Leslie,
we're here. Yeah,
get well.
Good to see our Leslie up and running. Hey, Claire's here.
I know her. I know that, Mrs.
This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Making my night. Oh, Mr. Collectibles. There he is. Boys are back in business.
Collector of helmets.
Collector of the helmets. Lovely. Hey, have you moved yet? I hope your move's gone all right. Let's have a look. We got Pubs here. I have Palps is here.
Palp.
Matt's collection is here. Wow.
Matthew.
This is Bike is here. Oh,
Dario.
I'm just gonna fly down. Well,
His collection's looking nice, didn't it, Mark? Dario's, when he showed it on Instagram, his collection's looking all mint. All nice and it's getting full.
Dario's, yeah. So Jesse's as well. Jesse's got his new setup, got his what is it, his new shelf out and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Is that Marie, yeah? I'm going. Have I missed my mum? If I have mum, I can't find you. There's so many people in the chat, but Scoob's saying Anne Marie, so obviously hi mum. Nice to see you, pal.
Anne Marie.
Let's have a look. If I've missed anybody, I apologise, but all right, Gaz. I saw you subscribe to your little belter. That's awesome of you, Gaz. Cheers, pal. Nice to see you, buddy. I know my subscribers have gone up by 3. Nearly got a nosebleed, lads. Nearly got a nosebleed.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, I didn't know.
Another 3, you'll get your YouTube plaque, won't you? Put it in your room.
I felt like usual, Mike. I was like,
oh, it's like Casey Neistat.
I didn't know what to do.
YouTube sensation.
Yeah. Oh, and I watched This Gentleman yesterday with our friend.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, Kristen Connor last night. It was a good show. It was good. It was interesting. Yeah, like you, Mark, I look at them G.I. Joe figures, me. Not a clue. Not foggiest. Never watched a cartoon. Never collected G.I. Joe. But there is something nice about them classified figures, isn't there? And especially as a 6-inch figure collector. And I've got to say, when I think of my collection now, I must have a good 10 G.I. Joe figures now. So they're mint, aren't they, classified? I get why people collect them.
Yeah, I've got over 100 of them. I went more towards the retro line, the one to the retro carbacks, because I loved that cartoon. I watched it a couple of months back and absolutely loved it. So I've been buying them. But yeah, it's a good line. It's great.
I did like that plastic figure. I loved that Helix one. I loved that yellow outfit, the yellow samurai. I loved it.
Coxie's here, right? Coxie. Look at this. TJC, man. I'm going to have to get you on every week. Everyone's turned up to see you, pal.
They're not here for me. They're here for the magic. I'm telling you. They're here for the magic.
Third Mitchell brother. Third Mitchell brother. Let's have a look.
I'm not even going to comment on that, Chris. That's probably the nicest thing you've ever said to me, though. I'll be fair.
Just a fat lip for you, Chris. Next time I see you, mate.
Yeah, I did something like that about Terry, didn't you? And you wrote, Shabby, have you seen Dad Terry? And I went, oh yeah. Sorry, what I meant was.
I said to you, you said, oh, I'm all right. I'm across the Atlantic. And I said, my next thing is I'm doing a pilot's license. You're like, oh dear.
Well, if you want to find me, I live in New Hampshire. Okay, you can't miss it. So let's have a look. Oh, there she is. Brilliant. Sorry, I'm flying through this because obviously we're professionals on Tub Thumpers. We want to make sure it's all. Here we go.
Sometimes.
Shabby, like Norwich so much, he loved thousands. He moved thousands of miles away inside likes the woods because no one can hear the screams.
That's right. No woods in Blackpool, only beaches.
We all think of the what?
Pedestrianisation of Norwich city centre when we think of Norwich.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyone's better than Keith. Anything's better than Keith. What mum looks like a new... I can't read it. Go on, Si.
What mum looks at a newborn and says, oh, I think I'll call him Keith. No, don't. It's bad enough that I am destined to support West Ham, damn you. Oh, the hammers, up the hammers.
The lovely Delvian Seek. Are you
Delvian?
Delvian? Wow, man, you lot are absolute awesome.
Hey,
This
can
is
I give
big,
you a
man.
little? Can I give you a bit of a spoiler?
Yeah.
Delvian Seek's a future guest. So
There he
you
is.
better come shaved, your airbrushed. This is a classy guy coming on this show, Mark. I don't
Yeah.
want no scruffiness whatsoever. You better have
Okay.
clean top on, hair done, the lot. Tell you now.
I mean, I'm
I'm not embarrassing myself in
Come
front
on.
of Delvian because of you.
Go on, TJC. What? Sorry, I'm
I was
just
going
getting
to say, I
bogged
brushed my
down.
hair for tonight. I had to make sure I was tidy, you know.
Yeah, well, exactly. So you always should.
You suit your hair, your look. I like it. I think it looks cool. I'd do that. If I was losing my hair, I'd just do what you do. All off.
I've told you, it's like the Powerland Vin Diesel,
Don't
isn't
worry
it?
about it. I used to work with a guy who used to have the middle part was all bald.
Jumpy.
And he was that ashamed of it. He used to grow one side of his hair and actually comb it over and then hairspray it.
Oh no,
Right.
you couldn't do
And, then,
that.
and when he went out in the wind, that actually come up like a trapdoor like that. That was
Mr. Beeden's, Mark. Remember Mr. Beeden at school? He'd walk off in the wind and his hair would wave at you.
that's what I mean. Yeah, do that. That's like a door, just like waving at you. You think, well, just shave it
Oh,
off.
no.
Don't worry about it.
We'd all do it in his.
Come on.
We'd all do it in his classroom. Remember, you'd look at your mates and go,
Yeah. What are you doing? We used to go mad.
"Did he say knowledge juice from the woods?" Well,
Well, I don't know. He could have a different name for it, G. We don't know.
oh, just poured a Coke and forgot the vodka. Had to guess the vodka amount. Guessed wrong.
Put the Coke in the bottle, didn't you? That's what he did there, wasn't it?
But you do that, don't you? The more vodka and Coke you drink, the more you do that. Like it starts off with a big Coke first, and a little bit of vodka. Then by the end, you've got like that much of vodka, splash of Coke in it.
Here we go.
Obviously.
FB's I've been banging on about comics for about 3 years, and you go around and do a stream about them dickhead o'clock in the morning.
Hey,
Stay up,
listen,
stay
I'm
up.
not a one-trick pony. We can do our stream of comics anytime you want, but to get hold of Jeff Barker and certain others, we have to do it at a certain time.
George,
You
boy.
can do one whenever, my best pal, whenever.
Right, let's have a look. Everyone's saying glad you're
George.
feeling better, Leslie. That's awesome. Good old George Aiken is here. Oh no, it made my night though. I appreciate that. I really do. I don't take it for granted, me, and I grow so slow, gas. It's ridiculous. That's why I know I've got.
That's not something you should really sort of admit on TV, but Shabs. But
It's a good job Matt's not here, isn't it? If Matt was here, Matt would have well got him out of that.
exactly, that would have been it. Yeah.
I was talking to Aunt Jen about it before. She said you haven't grown in years, Shabby, and I was like, well, yeah, but you know, it's nice when it does.
I bet there's a lock a key on that door of his little toy room there. She'll probably just say, "Yeah, you go in there and lock him in."
Shabby gets a wooden block. Put on a piece of buckle. 966 AR.
That's funny.
That is gone. Join Shabby's Patreon. You absolute lovely. I love you guys. I'm so glad we're back. I mean, look at this.
Hazel.
Even our Zazel's turned up.
More class in here.
Very classy in here tonight. Talking about class, look at this. Great
Rob.
to see you there. Hello to everyone in the chat. Finally, someone who can drive these. Someone who can drive these. The comb over is a fatal error. I'm terrified of my hairline and crown situation right now. Ages catching up.
Just don't, if it
Sat there
start going thin, just shave it off. Just no issue.
Well, I rectified that, what you've just said, because again, there is a lot of us now, isn't there, in this over these past few years, and there's a lot, and people you think you subscribe to, you're not. So when Connor put the link up to Chris's stream last night, I was like, oh yeah, and then I hadn't subbed, so I've rectified it. I'm subbed now, Chris, and I've got my notification bell on.
Yeah,
it's just too many, isn't there? You forget.
I'll just have a look at that score. Villa 2.
Never. I forgot that was on tonight.
Always happens when you play Everton, doesn't it? Always happens. Oh, your backsides fall off. Pipe.
Forgot that was on.
I'm not saying anything. There's loads of Liverpool supporters in the chat. Oh, 2-2 sounds like a serious draw.
I saw that.
TJC sent us all an email to turn up, and when we would all get a fiver and curly whirly off him.
Yeah, you have to go to shabbygeek.com to get your money. That's what you got to do.
That's awesome, man. Although it hasn't reassured me. Yeah, I think you're handsome just as you are. Don't worry about it. God,
Yeah.
Chris,
Mira.
good to see you,
Good
my
old
friend.
Mr. Mira. Good evening, lads.
Mr.
All you
Mira.
legends on screen and in the chat. Yeah, talking about, well, I'm glad you're all here because this is something we've all missed. And it's size question of the week. This is the part of the show that TJC, you've seen it many a time, where Si has been thinking about something this week and he's about to tell us what he's thinking about.
This week, what's been on my mind is flat earthers think we live on a flat earth, don't they? Yeah. So does that dominate space? I don't know. So my question is, do flat earthers believe in aliens? Do they believe in UFOs, like coming from outer space, if they believe we're on a flat earth?
Oh, so size question of the week. This week is
Because I
Do
don't know how
flat-
flat earthers think of space. I don't know how they think of space.
Right.
Like, no, the earth is flat. No, the earth is round. No, the earth is flat. Now, I think the earth is round because it took hundreds of years to convince people it was. So that's why I think it is. But if it's flat, then how does that, like, mean, what does that do for space and aliens? So do flat earthers, if there's any flat earthers in the chat, do you believe in aliens coming from outer space?
Martin. Right, Terry, I'll give that to you.
Mind blown, as I like to say. Sorry, this questions get harder every week, you know.
Do plums believe in aliens? Right, so flat. Well,
That's a good way. I like that. Pal.
So right, pals, so if you come from the underside of Earth, does that mean that the flat Earth is floating through space?
Is that where the saying down under comes from? Because that's underneath the flat Earth.
Yeah, because why is it called down under and not round the corner?
Exactly.
It's round on the ball, isn't it? Not.
There you go. See, that's a thinker.
Look at this. Martin, I am Martin. I think flat earthers are insane, says Arkev. This is like.
Now, my brother Jay, he's an avid flat earther, and he will tell you reasons why that even make me go, hey, say what? That's worth thinking about. But I believe the Earth's round.
Do they believe there are aliens living under the Earth?
Well, I believe there's aliens living under the Earth here. Yeah. I believe, like, you've never seen a picture of the Antarctica that's not doctored, not once, not ever. It's like Google Maps, right? You can scroll way down on Google Maps. You can walk around people's houses. You can go in to see all these big museums to the door, all the streets. And you zoom it out, it goes up a little bit higher, and there's your map, and there's your roads, and there's your country. But at one point, considering these are satellite images, when it comes out of space, why is the world then dominated? Why then does it turn into an animated world that's a digital thing?
When it's animated?
As soon as you pull out into space. So anytime you go on Google Maps, you look at everything, they're all proper photographs. But the moment you pull out and go into outer space to look at the Earth is animated. It's not a real Earth.
TJC, what do you... I just wanted to show my tubs.
I'll give you loads to think about next week.
This is the thinker, this one, I've got to say. That's one of your best.
Lord Mavelda says, has to be flat so they can land the UFO.
Yeah.
Come on. It has to be. Gaz says, everyone knows that the Earth is hollow. I mean, that's where all the kaiju
Yeah. Gaz, no.
That's a good one. I think Si's been drinking bleach.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
flat Earth revolves around the sun like a frisbee. Does he?
I got to say, you might not like Connor's comment, you know.
The flat Earth is still believe in the sky and therefore space. What do you think of that?
I'm still thinking about G-forces frisbee around the sun. I'm like, yeah.
It's on the backs of 4 giant elephants riding on the back of a giant space turtle. Everybody knows this, lads. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, that's it.
I used to like Flat Eric. He was from Flat Eric.
Flat Eric.
Oh,
There
that
we
was
go.
classic. That flat
The
Eric.
amount of flat earthers who believe in aliens would be the same percent as those who believe the Earth is round believe in aliens. What do you think of that?
I think that's probably right.
That's
But
probably, yeah.
see, that's what I've always considered. Like the flat earthers think that aliens visit us if they don't
Yeah.
believe that we're a ball in space, or is that what they believe? But we're just not a ball.
TJC?
The only thing is, though, flat earthers, you know,
Yeah.
surely it must throw their sort of like idea out of whack when they come up to a hill. Because they're like, hang on, this ain't flat.
Oh, what's that?
That's got
That's
a
a
bump
good
in it.
point.
What's that about?
Oh, does flat Earth mean it's just like we're on a flat, like, you know?
Basically, they're saying a sort of
Piece of
land,
land,
just like a piece of flat in space.
Nice, Kev. Nice.
I hope John's taking notes for his science show. We need to explore this more, John. This flat Earth theory.
I can confidently say that Earth is not flat. And for your proof, just look at any of the base stations.
There you go. Answered for you.
Well, I would have fallen off the planet if it was flat. That's a good point. Look at where he is.
Yeah, because Pete's at the end of the world, isn't he?
But
Well,
how
that's
can
what I
it be
mean.
the
They used to
beginning
think
of the
that, didn't
world.
they? They used to think when they used to sail, and they would sail, and I think they used to think, oh, are we going to sail
Right.
off the end of the earth, aren't we? That's what they used to say. Think of stuff.
Look at him. Come on, the villa. Look at him. Cudas.
I've always found a trip to Blackpool, especially after midnight, will help you believe in all sorts of conspiracies.
Now you get it, Chris. Now he'll know it. Northern lad. Now you get it.
Everyone's like, that size of right weird. Oh, it's from Blackpool. Oh, right.
That was Peter's
Connor's
thinking.
got a
That
point
what
here.
was the fuck? Where's he from? Blackpool. Oh yeah. Get it.
Oh, well. If the Earth is flat, then why does the ball keep rolling into the Everton net? I'm game scuba, but Si would never believe in any of the photos we take.
That's
What do
probably
you
a
mean,
good
like,
point.
I'm on the Yeti. You know what I mean? Oh, brilliant.
But I do think it's sometimes things are that unfathomable to think of that when they do happen, it makes you go, "No, that didn't happen."
Well,
But actually,
we've had your question of the week with a question of the week. Our Delvian says, why do flat earthers all say atmosphere? He's got a point.
I told you he was like a professor room. Didn't I? A bit classic
Yeah,
at Wrestle
Delvian's
Wars. What
in
did
it.
I
Delvian's
say
got
to
one
you?
there.
It goes full circle, Si.
Then he just writes this out and says, "You lot, shut the fuck up." Doesn't he? Just,
Hiya,
I told
Danny.
you, didn't I?
There are there are flat earthers dotted around the Brilliant, Danny. Brilliant. Has he stopped yet? Has he stopped yet? I'm on
George,
mute.
you
Let
should
me
be
know when
answering
he's
this
finished.
question.
I'll
You
give you
are
a
very
side.
intelligent man. You should know this stuff.
Oh, this is
Yeah, but why would
brilliant.
the Earth be flat, right? And then if we were even in a simulation, say, why would they design everything else as round? Like, would we not have a flat sun? Would we not have a flat moon?
Oh, well,
Why would just us be flat?
you've added question after question here, Sam. Our minds aren't like, we don't work like yours, Si. I'm still on the flat Earth bit. Hold on.
At least
aliens are
we've all seen
real.
out.
We've all seen Alf.
Exactly. With Alf.
Yeah,
you
they
go,
know
Foxy.
what invented the tin hat.
Kev's like,
But
it's
you
obvious.
have all,
Look at the
what you
guest
call
we've
it,
got
don't
on.
you, Tez? You get all the
Hiya, Phil.
what's it called? You know, in the fields where they do the
In the what?
what they called
Fields?
crop circles. You get all the crop circles, don't you, and stuff around your end?
I don't know if
Crop
we've ever had
circles
that
that
man
appear
here.
in farmers' gardens and
Yeah,
stuff.
but I just liked, what was the slang language, though? You went in the fields.
It's the field, you know, crop
What's
circles.
that? Is
Well,
that a
they-
field?
Yeah, he's down here.
That's the aliens are top form in it.
Good old treasures here, Iron Phil. Would a flat earther enjoy a round the world cruise?
No,
Good
Des,
point.
if that was a flat earther, that'd be called a round the block cruise.
Oh,
Well, that's it, Tess, because flat earthers don't believe we go like that. They believe we go like that, don't they? So
Be round the block cruise, wouldn't it?
Oh, I never thought of that, Si. Si, I tell you, we've missed this, Si. I never thought of that either. You're right.
I bet you a tenner you haven't.
Keith says, so are all the other planets flat too? Is the sun flat? That's what Si just said, isn't it? Wouldn't that just make for a lot of grass fire? Our Luke, but when you look at the Earth from space, it's round, right? Exactly. This is what I mean.
What they're saying is, you're looking at the Earth from space from the top.
I know, but you can see TJC. You can see the way it's.
Yeah, but what they're saying is, you're looking at it from a plan view because that's like that, but that's flat. So if you went round the other side, that don't really.
You came back into it, TJC. It's got to go to bed tonight,
Terry. You won't sleep tonight thinking about it.
That's right, yeah.
Even our cat adds a question to another question, and that's another question. If the world is flat, where does it start and finish?
Well, it might be New Zealand, because I said New Zealand before was the start and the end of which way, even that way or that way.
Kieran, the sun isn't a planet. Oh God. Gilster. I should be off by now. What the France? Well, it's good to see you here. Look at that T-Rex, Bigford's T-Rex arms. I tell you, we're talking about Earth being flat, Bright. You know, Gaz is happy to see our Phil. Jonathan Redmond says, Si, what if the flat sun and moon
are just at different angles to the flat Earth? There you go.
Oh yeah, like they're flat, but we only see like looking down at a plate.
That's what I mean. So you're looking down on it. So that's why yeah.
So I mean, us lot and this chat, we could solve the world's problems by 12 o'clock tonight, easily.
Well,
any problem the world had.
We've just solved 55 people's problems. They won't be watching next week.
Season 3 done with.
Told 55 people what to do on a Wednesday. Not watching this shit.
TJC, thanks for being our one and only guest for season 3. That was awesome. Brilliant. If everything was flat, you're just a picture in a book.
What you have pop-up books?
Never thought of that, did you, Steve? Metric in this makes it so much easier to understand our side. Brilliant. Not if it's a pop-up book, you're right. Look at you and Jono, I tell you. Yeah. So the asteroid that's coming to Earth is flat and it will come out on the other side.
They're getting close to these asteroids, aren't we?
We just have to spin the Earth round so it miss.
But how can it spin if it's flat?
Well, you can spin that, just be a flat sort of disc, wouldn't it? Just spin it, that'll miss.
Would it spin or would it turn?
Good point.
Well, I'm just saying.
But asteroid, they call it the city killer. So even though it would be devastating, obviously, for any asteroid to hit the Earth at a certain point, it wouldn't destroy the Earth. It wouldn't, like, we wouldn't be in an apocalypse or anything like that or anything. But a city, if it hit into like some sort of city, city of London, city, anything like that, they would just wiped out, gone.
Palp says here, though, if the Earth is flat, how can we have day and night in different parts of the world? That's true. How is it when I'm having my dinner, Phil's having his breakfast?
Yeah, but if you've got a plate and you put a piece of paper across it, and that's your day and that's your night, and you turn your plate round, it can still be flat and still be day and still be night.
I wouldn't say that's a big ass piece of paper, but we.
Big ass piece of paper. It's more like a curtain.
Exactly.
Farm machinery can run on GPS now that they can program them to cut perfect crop circles. So that's expelled that myth about crop circles.
No, it's expelled that myth today, but it hasn't expelled that myth for the centuries we've had them.
Should Si wave his arms like that, he'll make TJC disappear.
Yeah, sorry, Terry. My magic's a bit powerful. Sorry about that. Yeah,
your magic switched off today.
Whoa, sorry, Terry.
Pops is like, well, a flat Earth would make Santa's job easier.
Yeah, true.
I only stopped you for 10 seconds. No super chat. No, I'll tell everybody that. I decided not to monetize my channel, and this is just my opinion. So I'm not referring to anybody else's channel. I just want everyone to. Everyone's more than welcome. I put everybody's chats up. That's why we're always so far behind in the chat. And I always feel like if I want to play a piece of music or want to do something, oh, you're going to get monetized. I don't care about all that. I don't do YouTube to make, how much. So there'll never be super chats here. If you want to support the channel, you can go to Patreon and you can put £1 or $1 in. It's not an issue if you wanted to do that, but I don't care. So thanks for that, Scuba Pete. That's a lovely thing to say that. Yeah. I never bother with it. I understand, I'm all for people doing well on YouTube and making money. I'm not saying exactly what I said. I'm not saying it about anybody else. I just feel because I'm only a small channel with, 50, 55 people, 60 people coming in to watch us. I don't really want to start doing super chats and stuff for that. And I'm not, I just want to have a laugh with the lads. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. So does that make sense?
It does, but any more than 100 come in, show me the money. I'm doing this for free.
Maybe our planet has been condemned to the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I've not forgot the Phantom Zone. Oh,
Our flat Earthers got flat heads.
got fat heads.
Cheers, DTM. Keith, I didn't say it was, which I mentioned. It's separate from planets. I'm not stupid, He's not stupid.
It's not stupid, Kieran.
It's not stupid, Kieran.
It's not stupid.
Oh. My next project will be a flat Death Star. Flat Death Star.
Ooh. I said that seriously, like I used to think like a Death Star flat, and it was also going, love to see that. That's how many of these make dioramas, isn't it? I think you should make one after that, folks.
Midnight Tonight, they did not solve the world's problems and it went to pot. Well. Sorry, Keith. Si's question was making my brain seize. If I could go and live, if we could go to live to Adam and he's at an astronomy night, he could dispute. Should have had Berry on. That's what I mean.
See, this is the problem. You see, talking this sort of stuff, and Adam Berry at his Astro Club, we're missing out.
I'm gonna have to right. You're gonna have to start talking about this. We've got a show to.
This is going to be a 24-hour stream.
Tez. Thanks for your knowledge. That's it.
Tez, you can show one thing. Okay. That's all the dinosaurs died. An asteroid hit the edge and they all flicked off into space. Yeah.
Right. See, that's where I really, because I'm going to tell you something that's quite controversial here. I don't believe dinosaurs ever existed. Ever.
Right, you're not coming on again, Si. I'm doing Tub Thumpers on me. How do you work that out, Si, with all the bones and stuff? Right,
I'm not going into it, Mark, but there's too much.
We'll say
I don't believe dinosaurs ever existed.
The asteroid is supposed to land in Preston. Now they're thinking.
I quite believe that too.
You want to be landing Preston now watching this going, cheeky bastard. No, look, the asteroid will hit us anyway. Right.
Yeah.
Spin or turn. Who has the arms big enough to do that? I gotta wait.
I hope not, Chris. That's between us two. We've definitely had it.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. On next week's Tub Thumpers, TJC opens the box. I just buy shabby fingers, can't be bothered with all the techie jazz. Yeah, I don't blame you. Didn't Palatoy make a flat Death Star? No, it was cardboard, wasn't it, TJC? It was there.
Yeah, it's flat packed. It was flat packed when you got it, but yeah.
Right. The rest of them, we're not catching up here with these jobs.
Hang on, what? Don't believe in dinosaurs, but ghosts definitely exist. Don't believe in dinosaurs. Right, so you've seen all the bones and all the things in museums, but you believe
No. You've seen man-made bones.
Yeah.
Let's get this straight. And the most famous of all dinosaurs is the Bronchosaurus that we know. Yeah, you can check that out today. That was the only dinosaur that was totally fabricated and made up by men.
Yeah.
Different show altogether.
So if dinosaurs never existed, does that mean they made up Jurassic Park movies?
Yeah.
I don't like to answer that, John. No,
they were real
ones.
They weren't. The raptors were. The rest weren't.
But anyway, there you have it. So thank you, Si, for that 2-week question of the week.
I feel quite bad now. I've got 47 tubs to go through now.
Well, we were on time.
Oh, yeah.
Chat with coffee.
I forgot TJC was here. Hey, pal. Talking about TJC, Si, Do you know a lot about TJC? Do you know a
No,
lot
I'm
about
not the only one that's mysterious with stuff. When you find out people like this and you look into their history and stuff, you actually find out about them.
I
Like,
100% agree with you, Si. It's only until you go through somebody's history and like the life of TJC, if you will, you find out real stuff. And there's some stuff that will, you know, that will surprise you. So here is the real live pictures of our TJC.
did you get your radiator fixed, Tez, by any chance? So you working
No,
out
I
there?
got to wait till March.
The funniest thing is, right, before he came on tonight, he's going, "Oh, my bloody radiator shabby." I'm like, "Oh, really?"
That's quite reminded me.
I didn't realise he obviously when me, you lot, and Stu, we all went on that holiday at Butlins. There was a nice Butlins picture in there, and the performing arts ones. And I didn't know you were in Speed, the movie with Sandra Bullock.
No, he was actually choreographer of the actual bus stunt scenes in Speed, which I found really interesting about Tez this week.
Yeah. This driving in a straight line was difficult as hell, I tell you.
All asteroids are welcome. Fight for asteroids' rights. Think of the greater good.
Hey.
Look at everybody laughing. Awesome gallery. It's amazing what our sci finds in the wild. What they find on the internet. Watch out, it's a dinosaur. So the flat earth is never call around. Yeah. Yeah, Speed one.
Speed one.
Let me plot like that. Was that
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
The child statue, yo. Oh. Brilliant. But anyway, we're here because we're nosy, as we are. Myself, Si, people in the chat, we're very nosy. And we're here to celebrate season 3 of Tub Thumpers. So Tez, good old TJC himself. Let's have a look at what you've got.
Oh, I've got to show some stuff. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, as Si picked out one of them, I might as well just do this bit first. I thought I'd get one of the computers out. This is my Commodore 64.
Do you still like the? I mean, I know your channel is based on this sort of stuff, but I'm saying
where you going, Shabby?
I know, I'm saying this in a serious way. Same as you don't like play it and think, what the fancy am I playing this for?
It's a challenge because, like I say, when you're a kid, you just like when you play some of these games, you're thinking, well, I've just saved up however much to buy this game, and you think I'm gonna have to play this to death to get the money's worth out of it. So you've just got like. You switch off and you just think, I'm finishing it, don't you? So you just got to But now trying to do them, you're sitting there thinking, how the bloody hell did I do that? And that's just like, they're really, really difficult, some of them.
Is it a nostalgia thing for you, TJC?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know you like them, Si, don't you? The old school games and stuff.
I do, but then I come across people like you, Terry, and the other Terry, Tez, Roland's Reviews, and you have a deep love for these old systems. Whereas me, you see, the reason I don't collect vintage figures and the reason why I don't collect old school games and stuff is because time's moved on and I'm one for the modern. I mean, I couldn't look at playing a Sega Mega Drive now with having a PS5. And it's the same for like Black Series figures, and I see other figures of today. They're how I wanted them as a kid. So I would never go back to that in a sense for myself. So it must be like that for games. You must have absolutely just loved these games as a kid. And
yeah, but that's the funny thing. I did enjoy playing the games. Sort of say, me and my brother, obviously, we were about 4 years apart, sort of thing. So we used to obviously play together, and that's them sort of memories where you just, me and my brother would sit there and we'd obviously either play a game together or we'd take turns at trying to beat each other's high scores, that sort of stuff. So it's them sort of memories that come back, isn't it, when you're playing certain games. So,
Coxie says, reminds me of my Atari ST days. I wish I still had that with all my old games. But the thing is, Matt did it, didn't he? Zero, he got his Mega Drive back and then he got into Atari and so on. He said the same thing. He loved playing them as a kid. I'd probably be different, Si, if I had one. And if I got a game here.
Because my brother Jay, right, every year, Mark, at Christmas, Jamie bought me all remember the little mini systems that they did, Terry? The little tiny ones. He brought them out. There were little Sega Mega Drive, Nintendo, all them. Jay bought me one every Christmas. I can honestly say we had a raz of each one at Christmas for an hour at Summit. Never played them since. Have been in the boxes. So no, for me, no. It's like I said, I love new games. I love PS5. I'm looking forward to GTA 6. My interest in old games is great for the nostalgia of them, but when I sit there and play them, no.
See, I agree with Chief in a way right here. He said, I really enjoyed 30 minutes of a vintage game, but that's about it. Although, I don't know, if I played Chucky Egg, I think I'd be like, yeah, this is awesome. I love that game. So, all right, well.
So, obviously, as a kid, we used to get lots of these card games as well. So, so we got that one. Centurion.
That's Waddington's.
So, you got that.
Waddington's still going?
I think they might have been bought out by one of the other sort of game, and probably MB or someone probably got them. And then one guy's favourite. BMX. Rally Burner. Card game.
Love my Rally Burner.
Guy doesn't like old games with old figures or old dinosaurs. He probably doesn't believe vintage games.
Now, do you remember at school where you used to have the Ladybird Club where you could get books and stuff?
Yeah.
I got that one from there.
Oh, Raymond Briggs, I love his art.
So, no, that wasn't that. Was a snowman, wasn't it? Same thing.
Yeah, this is the same. Well, it's the same guy.
Merry Christmas. Mel Smith did his voice, didn't he?
Did he?
Brilliant.
That's basically the film in the book, isn't it?
How lovely that artwork is.
Yeah.
It's cozy Nolan's artwork, that for me. You look at every panel, and every panel is so cozy and like Christmassy. It's a beautiful comic. Beautiful.
Christmas tree out in October then, Si.
It's just, I've always loved his work, Mark. I've always loved them. Wind in the Willow's probably the best. You know what I mean? It's what's it called? Not Wind. When the Wind Blows.
For the G.I. Joe collectors out here, I've got a few graphic novels.
Wow.
So you got like G.I. Joe
annuals, TJC, or graphic novels?
No, this is a graphic novel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you got that.
Were you supposed to return those books, TJC? Watch it. Happy Matthews in the
You got G.I. Joe classic. So that's obviously you got comic graphic novel.
Yeah, man.
That one. Isn't that the cover of issue 1? Is it, or is it similar? Or is it? I don't know if it was.
I couldn't tell you.
G.I. Joe guys would probably know.
Super Awesome would probably tell you. Not me.
Chris will know. He'll know.
I got volume 2 of that as well.
Yeah.
Chris says, absolute classic Raymond Briggs. Is that the one where Father Christmas gets the squirts?
Yeah.
Another blooming Christmas.
Another blooming Christmas.
And then I think we mentioned this before, Si, but I don't know if you're very familiar. I got this with the game of the same name, but it's a graphic novel of the darkness.
Oh yeah, the game's weird, isn't it? Where you feel the mad demon hands.
Yeah,
it's cool. That.
That's obviously the graphic novel of the. That's obviously the origin story. It's a collection of all of it from his origin or whatever. This will be Si's favourite, I reckon.
Oh,
That's the All Hail Megatron ones series.
yeah. Great covers, aren't they, then?
And you got that.
Nice.
So that's all
Megatron. I always felt sorry for Megatron. Always.
Here we go. Gaz says that cover was done by J. Scott Campbell and homage to the original issue cover of the GI.
Dad would be the one who know, wouldn't he?
Oh, I just showed a new sculpt in the chat the other day of his new Mary Jane, that sculpture, J. Scott Campbell's. Oh, it's beautiful, that sculpture, isn't it?
So, you know, when we used to do, obviously, I've got all the Marvel sort of every issue of the Marvel Transformers comic. But they used to do, remember they used to do holiday special or collected editions?
Yeah.
So I got that one there.
Yeah, man.
Old school. Look at that.
So obviously that's a holiday special.
I still got that.
And someone like Si probably went through this sort of packs, like, you know, like going out of fashion. But remember these little sets you used to get?
Yeah, I loved them. Yeah, I used to love them at school, and I was told off for drawing in them. Yeah,
Sketch pad.
Yeah, remember them? What, you used to get your Transformers pencil and stuff. Oh, I loved them.
Yeah,
mint says mint.
Awesome so far. Our TJC, awesome so far.
And then you got colouring book, which, funnily enough, I never coloured any of it in.
Like Shabby's Last Starfighter book, though. But it is rare that you come across colouring books today from back in the day that haven't had a bit of colouring in it? It's
I
rare.
think it's one of those things, a colouring book. It wasn't exactly a special book or whatever. So if you put it down somewhere, you just don't go back to it. And I think that's why many of them aren't coloured in.
So you got
and your mum would pick them up because they were only like £1, weren't they, back in the day? Colouring books. They weren't expensive.
Favourite Megatron at G1.
Oh, look at that classic Megatron, that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yes, yeah.
Lovely.
But staying on the Transformers theme, I have got. I might as well show you the biggest one first because I got it out of the box ready because the box is quite tatty anyway. Because like I say, I used to play in my toys. So, but in box in cellophane, Scorpion up there.
Oh yeah, look at this, babe. Look at this.
No way. That's super cool. How's your Chase not had that out?
Well, he hasn't yet, but
Jace, when you watch this back tomorrow, Jason, your dad said you can play with it anytime you want.
I'm still in the box and everything's in it, but obviously it's been taken off the card because I played with all mine. So
look at that.
That's all you.
The original boxes.
Galvatron.
Oh yes, look at that.
That's obviously the childhood ones.
Brilliant.
Oh, with Magnus.
Oh, long time since that's box. Look at that, Kit Mark.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
for a few quid them now, you know, Terry. Then.
And then
PGM wants to know: do any of your Transformers turn into buses?
And then you got like Blitzwing, like the triple changer.
Yeah.
So he's still in there, but obviously that's just obviously been taken off the card because I obviously played with him.
Which one was the other one? Was it Astro Train?
You got Astro Train was obviously the one that was a train and a space shuttle, and then you had Octane was the tanker and a jet, wasn't he? You got a jumbo jet.
I love the Astro Train. I got the reissue for that last Christmas. I love.
I've got Octane.
Yeah, the Astro Train was probably my favourite.
I have got a Grimlock, Gaz, but I didn't get him out today because
G-Force wants to ask you a question there as well.
We got, do you transform your... Yes, I do, G-Force, yeah.
Oh, Mark, funny that, isn't it, Mark?
Never heard of it. So let's have a look. Hot take, Ultra Magnus was a twat.
Oh, dear. Can't believe he's out.
Damn, Terry, you had all the good Transformers. Yeah, that was pretty impressive, that TJ.
Yeah, that Galvatron with box. Yeah, I've seen that box for years.
The outer box for Scorpion was a bit battered, but you see the artwork.
Got the box. Oh yeah. Let me just make it even bigger for that artwork.
It's a battered box, but I've got to say I used to play with it. So
Mint, Terry, mint. Love it.
So
I've noticed
G-Pod
how
says-
most of them are Decepticons as well. You're a Decepticon buyer like me.
I used to have a lot of
there, so-
Decepticons. Yeah, I've got a few Autobots, but not as many as Decepticons, really.
Damn, I was hoping for a Transformers Turtle race against. I don't want to embarrass TJC by how fast my fingers can work.
Remember these, Si?
Yeah, the pulses with the little crayons in. Got a few of them myself still, but I got a Transformers one.
Yeah, so I've got that one. Transformers.
Yeah, mint.
Although, like you here, side Decepticons. Look at Phil.
Yeah,
loves
I'm a
Decepticons, yeah.
Decepticon. Yeah. All hell Megatron.
Right. Something a little bit different here
Yeah.
is into the game side of things. Do you remember the arcade game? Like Time Crisis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
You do,
when they
Mark. The
done-
shooter. Time Crisis.
the shoot Time Crisis, when you used to have to push the pedal to pop up and down, and you used to have the gun.
I remember, like, reload. Reload. You must remember.
Well,
Kind of.
I got there when they done the home version of it. They done that with packed in with Point Blank.
Yeah, got a name code gun. Looks like the Judge Dredd logo giver done it
That's a
from.
replica of the arcade gun, the G-Con 45. They called it.
Well, we used to
Okay,
press that red
yeah.
button for missile.
So that's obviously that was obviously that. And also, I don't know if you ever saw this one. Did you have a PlayStation, Shabby, when you were?
Yeah, of course. Yes, I've got my
Yeah.
PlayStations. Yep.
Well, do you remember that?
Ridge Racer. They always came with PlayStations on, didn't
But
it?
with
That's what I
with
missed about the PS5.
with the special controller. Did you ever see that?
No.
No. What is it, like a steering controller? Like you put your thumb on it?
You put your thumb on it, and that was force feedback. So when you try to turn a corner, you do it with your thumb, and that'd be trying to fight you as well, like it would do if you when you try to steer a car around there fast. So that'd be trying to go against you all the time. But that came with it, so obviously I got that with it. So that's all still in there. So I've got that.
Exclusives. Look at
So you can
this.
see that on the
Yeah.
back there when you got it. Where you put your thumb in the steering wheel there, and obviously you just turn the wheel as you go around with your thumb.
Oh,
So-
see.
That part, I've seen that part. Yeah, but Ridge Racer is a classic, isn't it?
George Jenkins got a couple of those guns. Nice, Georgie.
Yeah. The artwork obviously used to be when you used to get games for like the older systems as well. You used to get like the big what they used to call big box games. So instead of just being as small as possible game packaging, they used to be big, didn't they? So you got that one for the Amiga.
Yeah. Rocket Ranger.
Sort of thing.
That sounds
And
like
it-
something Scooper Peter collects, wouldn't it? Rocket Ranger. With his Matt Masons.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
R-Type.
Yeah, R-Type. Great. Yeah, brilliant. Me and Tez were playing R-Type, the original, when he came last summer in Blackpool.
One for Si. It'd have been all in this, I reckon.
What is
What is it?
that?
The
Designer's
designer's
pencil.
pencil.
It's got an art sort of like program.
How
How
to
to
make
make
a
a
masterpiece.
masterpiece. There you go.
Mention look, Matt Mason, Scooper's. Ah, yeah.
Jumpy says, I loved Lethal Enforcers on the Super Nintendo with the blue revolver.
Right, what we got here? So we've got a few here
TJC
now.
with some TLC. Nice, Phil. With his boxes. Yeah.
One for Shabby.
Oh, yeah. Kickoff 2. Brilliant. Brilliant.
And that was obviously plus World Cup 90. There you go. That's how bad that's gone back. Look.
Well,
We
cool,
can't
guys.
do.
We've still got an
Flight
Amiga.
simulators, if you want to call it that. Flight simulators.
I always was wondering about flight sim. Is it the same time as a flight?
You can make
Some-
it full thing like that. So obviously you're talking about old graphics, but you're talking that was
Yeah.
a proper sim. So I mean, pretty good. What else we got? In
You know,
here?
Claire, she loves this game called Farming Simulator. And like, she just spends hours farming, like harvesting and all that. Then she's got to go and get a truck. And I'm like to her, this game is the most boringest thing I've ever seen in my life, but she just loves it.
This is obviously a bit more modern, but
Oh,
that's Xbox 360 game. That's the one with the alien attack and the loader,
Oh, like that. That's cool, yeah.
the statuette in there.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
That's the Alien Colonial Marines game, and obviously you got it with the statuette on it.
Nice.
alien attacking the loader. So
Yeah, flight simulators used to drive me crazy, says Treasures. I could never work them out. Is it like just to fly a plane? So you have to do exactly what they do?
I guess it's Mark. You're not in a taxi, are you?
No.
carrier commander. You pretend you got the USS
Jeez,
flag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Carrier command. So you got to like run a carrier group. You got to like simulate for a carrier group.
You'd be like, I've got to get back home. If you went to Asda, Mark, you'd be like, I've got to get up back home before my plane crashes.
Star Glider, which is like vector graphics, like the old original Star Wars game. You see the vector graphic shapes, tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
So all those sort of games.
So Zoe can confirm because her boyfriend is obsessed with Flight Simulator. It's a real flight game. Pilot games are some of my favourites, says our Mr. B. I like that Aliens Power Loader, says our DTM. My neighbours has many flight sims, RC planes, chopper. Yeah, RCs I can kind of work it out, but I could never work out G-Force. If you put a flight simulator on like your PC or whatever, is it the same length as a flight? So you're there for like 9-10 hours piloting a plane. I was like...
So obviously, like you say, because we were all into our pop culture programs and everything as well, you had to have the games of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you got the Commodore 64 Ghostbusters.
I never knew Commodore 64 came in cassettes. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
For any younger viewers, this is what a cassette is.
Oh, Lucy. I showed our Lucy one. She had no idea about... Just before Christmas, got into a flea market. And I found it. It was an old rock band like Whitesnake or something, and it was on cassette. And she asked me, TJC, what that was. I was like, I've never felt so.
I don't know the pain when you're playing it, and that suddenly goes all funny, and then you have to sit there with a pen and actually wind it all back in.
Yeah, but it was just weird side that she just had. She completely had no idea, and then I realised, well, yeah, because she was born in what 2010, so I suppose she wouldn't.
Airwolf.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about me, and I think it's the artistic trait of it as well. But I always preferred the covers than I did the games. Like the covers were always so mint, and the games were always so boring.
Well, Jenkins says Carrier Command was a game where you had a carrier with 4 tanks and 4 jets that you captured islands by driving the tank in the HQ. Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right, so what else we got in
just
here?
Just a bit, PDM. That's a classic TJC. Our George is here. On my Commodore 64, half hour to load the flight simulator, 10 seconds to crash the plane, and another half.
Yeah.
That's probably
that's where you want one of these. That's where you want one of these, George, isn't it? That's where you had the floppy disk drive. So you used to copy them to that, and that didn't used to take half as long to load then.
Yes.
A flop. When was the last time you used a floppy?
We're still talking about computers, right?
I hope so, Terry.
Sega Classic for the Saturn.
Oh, Daytona USA. Yeah, now that was a good game. They were getting more into the sort of graphics I can play with.
Yeah, like Manx TT Superbike off the arcade game as well.
Nice.
Yeah. One for Shabs again. FIFA 97.
Nice.
97, Mark. Not the classic was the year after that. The year after,
and then the
main
one I used to play a hell of a lot when you used to have a 4 cab, which was
Sega Rally.
It's funny that you used to have such awesome soundtracks. FIFA, you hear a song, and instead of knowing the artist or where it's from or whatever, you go, "That's from FIFA 96. That's from FIFA 2001. That's from FIFA." Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
FIFA 98, best FIFA of them all.
Predator.
What flat earthers get confused by flight simulators?
Well, was that the target thing in it? I remember that game sort of.
Yeah, it was like a platformy type thing, but then you had the target where you have to go across when the predators target across to try and shoot you, doesn't it? So, simple,
which is your favorite console, TJC? If you had to get rid of them all, or you're only allowed to play one now for the rest of your life, which one would it be, and why?
I think purely because of the time. Obviously, I love my PlayStations and stuff.
Yeah,
but because of the arcade ports that had, which came straight over from the arcade straight over to it, that'd be the Sega Dreamcast, because that had some awesome games on it.
God, did we have one of them?
Yeah.
Sega Dreamcast. That was the white one, wasn't it?
The white one, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we did have the Dreamcast. No.
That was basically a cut down version of the arcade board. So basically, that was exactly the same as the board in the arcade, but just slightly less memory, I think, something like that. So all the arcade games you come across, like Crazy Taxi, Sega Rally 2, all those in that 18-wheeler, all that, they all just got ported straight over. And they were just that sort of time, because that would be when you'd be going out with your mates down the arcade in the 4 cab, wouldn't you, playing Daytona and all them sort of games. And they all ported straight over. So that was just such a good console to be able to play that at home, you know.
Dreamcast,
Hey, well, talking about old consoles and stuff, look who's here.
You know how we do it. West side, coming from the west side. Nothing but the west side.
Let me just get rid of that.
Dave from the Hood.
Dave from the Hood.
Dave from the Hood. BTR Dave from the Hood. The Hood
Good
of
old-
Reading.
Good old vintage toy rush. Hey, pal. Georgie said, I remind her of her Commodore 64. I take ages to start and last 10 seconds.
You said it's you, not me.
I know.
Never
Stu,
saw my
she's
Commodore
old.
64 need glasses, but we won't go into that. Right. Street Fighter 2.
Oh, Chun-Li on cover.
Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo is my favourite. Love that game.
Brilliant game. Oh, look.
Showing off loads of old buses. That's nice, isn't it?
Evening, Shabby, Si and Terry. Evening from who? This guy. He's just back from astronomy. I can't say that word.
Astronomy.
Astronomy. From that club.
Brilliant.
He's just come back from Con Club, and so he's catching the end of this. Has Terry been showing off loads of old buses?
Yes.
Thanks, Adam.
Good old
Buses
Adam.
up to here.
And we've got Q Dave's music. DTM. You got Dave's music.
I don't think I have the Karate Kid one. No, I haven't. It's the only one I haven't got. Oh man, no, I took it off. Hang on, where is it? No, I ain't got it.
Yes, that's
Where do
the
I get it?
game. Karate Kid 2.
Nice.
So that's what I mean. They all had sort of odd, different. They're all different shaped boxes. It weren't as if they were like a library and all the same, like PlayStation ones and everything are. They're all different sizes to pen what you wanted.
I like that though, Tess. I like the physical media stuff like comics or toys, and I like having stuff. And you know, because my son put me onto that PlayStation Plus where you buy the games off that and do it on that way. But I kind of like the
Physical media. You like a library.
I think
And
it's the era we're
as
coming
Si has mentioned on one of his previous streams, both him and obviously Dave DTM being fans of the sort of icon what it was at the time. Pure and simple, basic, but everyone recognised it straight away.
right.
Oh, even I've got that still. Even I own that.
So you got Batman 89, and that's obviously for the Amiga, so that'll be a little floppy disk.
Yeah, even I've got that. I found it a fair years and years and years back.
I
It's
did
up to
take
about
it off.
50p.
It's when we did it. I tell you when I took all the stuff off. It's remember when we did the Tub Thumpers gallery special. Well, I needed the space. I forgot to put DTMs back on. I'll play it 4 times next week. I'm never taking yours off. Tess. No. Hi. Good old BOE.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's down to his, how many spines has he got left? He's got 1 box left, hasn't he? Was he saying?
I think he's got about a 1 box left. That's it. RoboCop 3.
Yeah.
Now, are these always the same game, just a different level or something? I can't work these out.
This was like quite a free. They had 3 different games in this. So you had one which was like a 3D shooter, which was absolutely rock hard because you had like a little target and reticule, which you had to then move across the screen, and then you'll get someone come and shoot you, and you got to move. Didn't move very fast, so you have to then basically you had to learn the level and see where they're coming from to actually to get there quick enough to shoot them. Because they weren't really fast, but they are now.
The PlayStation Store is one of the reasons I stopped gaming. Big lover of I think we all are. I think the majority of us on Tub Thumpers tonight, you know, I think we're all physical media lads, aren't we? Definitely.
You are, but you've got to say to yourself, when was the last time you bought a Blu-ray?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but toy-wise, it doesn't have to be just Blu-rays. Does it? It's like you with your graphic novels when you always buy them. But if they
that's the thing. Yeah, I don't like digital graphic novel where I don't buy it, flick it on your phone. No, that's not the dumb thing.
Did you ever see these, Si?
No.
No, what are they? Constructor bots.
It's like something basical like that. No, never seen them. No. Construct bots. Who are they made by?
Hasbro. I think I got it as a Christmas gift, like an extra little gift or something one year, but
yeah, just put them together like the Lego ones do.
It's like pop together, so yeah.
Yeah.
Right, what else we got in here? Oh, this is going back some. Do you remember this one? This guy, Shabby?
I can't see it's on there.
Yeah, Barry McGuigan's World Championship. Yeah.
Look at that.
Me, Barry McGuigan.
Vintage Choiros says, "Yo, TJC, you remember that 154i floppy drive? We repping the same setup."
I've got
that comes out of Dave like a politician dancing, doesn't it?
I've got the don't know if you'll be able to see that 1541
Dave, he's repping Dave. You know how we do it.
Yeah, he's repping Norwich posse. His floppy disk drive.
That is brilliant. No, I've still got it. I've still got it.
Yeah, I didn't get rid of nothing. No, you didn't get rid of anything.
I haven't got rid of it, Dave. I haven't.
Right.
Yeah. We'll give him a new one for that.
Right, Si. Yeah. Now he's done that, we'll do that, Si. Definitely.
Do you remember these when you get them from the shop with certain games?
Oh, I love Final Fantasies.
All right, well, let me both ask you this, because I've never bought one of these computer magazines ever. Why'd you buy these?
This is a strategy guide how to do the game.
But why would
you need last night, right, Mark? You and me were playing GTA last night, right? And we couldn't find that last crate at all, could we? So what did you do? You immediately went on YouTube, watched a quick video. Oh, there it is. We was off that level, done like that. But back in the day, they didn't have things like that to be able to do that. And it's nice to have a strategy book to go along and help you out a bit and give you a few Easter eggs and
I love those.
That's
games.
a nice one, yeah.
Those games I do love to play in. I used to
That's
love
obviously so you can then. The reason you got this, you a lot of time used to get them with. If you went in game, and you used to buy the game, obviously from there, you normally get this with it.
So, some of them can be expensive now to buy as well, can't they? Like
I think some of them do hold a lot of money on the bigger. Final Fantasy 7 one would be probably a lot of money now if you want to try and buy one.
Yeah, GeForce remembers him.
So you got all your characters you meet along the way and everything. So you got different bosses and all that. So
good old Matt's Collection says, I remember upgrading from a 5/4 floppy drive to a 3.5 inch floppy drive. Can't believe how fast it was at the time. Was it? Were floppy just fast? Were floppy disks fast anyway? That's hard to say. Was it? Was a great game.
I've got this one as well.
Oh,
the definitive Iron Man graphic novel.
Iron Man. They didn't really go much to of the fable of Tony Stark in the films, did they? He wasn't like a drunk, even though he was always seen with a drink in his hand. They didn't portray the drunk side of Tony Stark.
He's actually got that bit when the storyline when he's actually alcoholic and everything. I think that might be part of it.
Yeah.
So John was saying here, back in the day, you had to wait for a book, or Holper magazine would come out to have a game. Oh, so it didn't come with the actual game.
Sometimes it did. If you bought them from Game used to do it where they'd say if you buy this game, you'd get the strategy guide half price, or you'd get it free, or depending on what the deal was. So you sometimes get them.
I wrote it. It's my own strategy guide, Pete. I wrote it. It's called Size Guide to Babe Station.
I was going to say. If there was, I wrote it.
The Atlanta Merino fan club.
Size on 10 talk this week talking about it.
And another one, them collected comics. That's a good storyline, like Enemy Within.
What's your favourite type of media? Is it comics, toys, games? What is it? What's your favourite one?
I used to love the comics. I mean,
Comics.
look at the artwork, and I mean,
Comics, 100%.
with Megatron down the bottom there. That, see, a G1 Megatron, drawn like G1 Megatron as well.
Got you.
You got to remember how lucky we were as kids, Mark, where, you know, we could watch Wonder Woman, we could watch Batman 66, and we could watch all these shows and Superman Christopher Reeve and Batman 89. But in the comic books, you had extended stories of all these characters you were falling in love with. So not only could I watch like Batman for half an hour on a morning, I could then read Batman all day long and, you know, continue these adventures off. And also, even at the time of the 80s, we had a good, 40, 50 years up to then of Batman. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, that makes
what a long
perfect
time.
sense. Your story continued. It wasn't like you just had your 2-hour movie and that was it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly, yeah. So it was for me, yeah.
Star Wars Series restarted my collecting because they gave me a free Stormtrooper Commander, and I still have it. Did they?
Yeah.
Force Unleashed is a great game, masterpiece of a game, brilliant.
That's the comic adaptation of the Transformers movie.
Oh, now that's awesome.
But this is different to the movie because they did a slight change just before they made the movie, and certain bits in this are different to what the actual final movie is. And there's a bit of artwork as Galvatron for you right there. So
yeah, man,
that is awesome.
I love the Transformers artwork.
So, I mean, I think
it's funny, as a kid growing up, until I got my art in perspective. And when I went to college, I studied light and perspective. They were my two studies. And because it used to blow me away that the way Star Wars, especially in Transformers, were drawn, because they always look so detailed and intricate. And it was only through perspective lines that I understood how they could actually do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But beautiful artwork.
To give you an idea of the differences here, Shabs, the movie, do you remember the Transformers movie?
Yes, sure. Do I remember?
The first planet that Unicorn eats, you got them people running away and robot people running away. They get into shuttles, didn't they, to get off planet? Yeah. And then one gets sucked back into the planet, didn't they? But the other one gets away and ends up in the prison, doesn't he, later on?
Yeah.
In this, because the original draft had changed slightly, so you got that planet, and he gets vaporized, his friend. And then he transforms. He doesn't get in a shuttle. He transforms and flies off.
No way. That's awesome. Wow. Here's a trivia question for you all. I asked you this on his thing. Do you remember what year Transformers the movie was set in? The 85 Transformers movie. What year was it set in? That's a question.
2005 the movie was set in, but the comic said 2006.
Well, thanks for that, Terry. You just...
Yeah, thanks for giving me a guest, Tez. That's really nice. Yeah.
Well, you've already said it before. You had it on there before.
Yeah, thanks, Tez. Thanks for ruining
it.
Thanks
for that.
Thanks.
Give everybody a chance there, Terry. Brilliant. But
you know
You know, I know those people at the bus stop don't have to wait that long for an answer. Do you know what I mean?
If they're not there ready, that's it. I'll just drive past.
I got stuck on a PlayStation 2 game, Extermination. My mate printed me out a strategy guide. It was all text, no pictures, just about 100 pages of instructions. I bet it was. I remember doing that when we years ago when we had to go somewhere before GPS and all that. We printed off how to get there.
Well, do you remember on the old games when you used to have, if you used to try and have the maps and you used to try and map stuff?
Yeah.
You used to get like an old maths book from school, didn't you? You used to pinch one of them like squared paper books, and you'd actually just like draw all the levels out so you could actually see where you had to go and what the maps were.
Yeah.
It'd take ages. And for some reason, I found this when I was actually in there. Look.
What is that? Woolworths. Look at that site.
Woolworths Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's in it?
Where's the toy bit?
Oh, there we go. Bob's saying novels and comics are usually written based on the early drafts of scripts. Hence, sometimes you get deleted scenes. Example, right? Says, I was blown away when we got. I was blown away when we got a floppy drive. No more fast forward or rewind. I always thought, for some reason, TJC inside that floppy drives came before cassettes.
Well, I agree with that statement, and I don't, because even though VTR says that, we've seen previously on that picture that it's forever rewind selector. I think he's. I believe half of that, Dave.
I took plenty of perspective art courses until I took a perspective psychology course. I did fully realise, but
Oh, look at this. Look. You got all. There you go, Shabs. All your annuals. Look.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a sketch.
I wish I'd never done that annual stream, to be honest, because ever since then I've been on the messaging side saying, "Oh, sci-fi family." Although my mum, I've got to give Anne-Marie credit, man. She sends me an annual every year, doesn't she? Si, even now at 49, blooming brilliant.
You ain't getting an annual,
This
isn't
is
it?
going back. Look, VHS. Look, Walt Disney Home Video.
What's that? Steve Davis highlights.
Yeah, everything.
Steve Davis highlights, Mark. That'd be thrilling.
He always looked nice when he went to the
Dennis
hairdressers.
Taylor,
hasn't he?
Steve Davis, Jimmy White. Oh, Bruce Lee, Big Boss, VHS. How about that?
Yeah, we just saw it in your highlights. Obviously, you remembered that in your gallery, TJC. You and Bruce Lee. Yeah.
Been trained by Bruce Lee. We saw it.
See how professional we are, TJC. Do you see how professional we are?
Straight on at that. Loads of stuff in there.
I had this 1702 monitor. What's that, TJC? Or the 1702
That's a
monitor?
Commodore's probably own monitor. They used to be numbered like that. I never could afford one of them. They were a fortune. They were.
Yeah, you do, Judge. Get them out. The PS1 and Alien trilogy. Me too, VTR. When I went home from the old Atari to the new Atari, floppy disks was unreal. No more crashing at the end of a game load. Yeah, I remember that. Do you know what I mean? You wait for 80s when you do, it won't work.
Yeah. For me, one of my
friend of
favourite ever games for the PS1 was always the Die Hard trilogy. I absolutely loved that game. Just loved it. Play it all the time. It was mint.
And I found this while I was just digging out the tubs, obviously just a few tubs to see for tonight. And a friend of mine I used to work with, you know, the Titanic, where the Titanic was built in Ireland.
Yeah.
That changed over to them where they used to get like the floating oil rigs in there for like maintenance and different bits and pieces instead. They used to obviously get them in the dry dock and do them. But when he went over there, he actually when he phoned up or whatever to say he needs something sent over or whatever, he turned and said, "Oh, you're into your history and stuff," because obviously I used to like read a lot of history stuff. And he said, "Do you want some of these commemorative stuff they do?" I said, "Well, what they got?" And he told me. I said, yeah. How much do you want? So I just said to him, I'll pay him when he came back, whatever. And he said, yeah, I'll get him for you. So I got that.
Wow.
Oh, Mr. Titanic. All come from Howland and Wolf where they built it.
Yeah.
You get this like little fold out book. You get like a little card in it which says safety measures.
Oh.
So you got plan of the boat and stuff, first class.
Bit ironic that, innit? You got a safety measures thing in the Titanic pamphlet.
Yeah. And it all folds out and you got a commemorative coin.
That's cool.
And then that's obviously got White Star on the back of it. And also it came with it as well is they get a door. You remember the big posters you used to get? I used to call them door posters.
Yeah.
Because they were literally huge. So I got a poster.
Yeah, Mark ripped up my Freddy Krueger one. 1986.
Did it scare him?
Scared him to death. He dived out of bed and ripped it up.
No, I fell, Si. I fell and grabbed it. Break my phone.
So you got this, which is a black and white.
Oh, I thought it was Lucy Pinder.
Of it leaving Southampton.
That's cool.
So obviously it all came from there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I found that when I was looking through some stuff.
Smith Lord says, I let Lou Stringer, the guy who did Combat Colin, that was at the backup of the Transformers book UK. He fought for years to get his work off them to reprint it. Got one of the issues signed. He's a belting bloke. Wow.
The big shoes like that, though, aren't they, Chris? Especially comic book industries, they don't really like you to have your own work back there. I remember Neil Adams fighting for it for years for the side of comic book artists, you know, give up your work, let them make a few more quid and get the name out for themselves. And he won. He did in the end.
BOE, that's a flash monitor. Bet your spreadsheets look good on it. Right. So that's what it was, that 17, whatever he said. See, up is off. See you later, Ops. Started off with Sears version of Pong on a black and white 2600 on the family's console. NES on a 13-inch TV in my room. Sega Genesis, PS1, PS2, my console journey. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I didn't have a TV in my room until I was at least 13, 14. And that was, like you say, it was a little 14-inch portable TV. That was, that's what you used to have.
Yeah. Yeah, we all had that little sort of telly, didn't we?
And now we're buying 70 inches in the States for under 400
70, I think they do 85
Weird,
inch TVs now, something like that, don't they? So
yeah.
it's getting a bit silly now.
Love that Titanic photo poster. Yeah, Keith, I love stuff like that, Keith. I agree with you, buddy. I do. Vintage Toyros says, small fact, BOE wrote his first Red Army bunker script with a 17 monitor. Brilliant.
Now,
brilliant.
This next game I've got was the first game for the PlayStation 2 that was with online capability. When you used to get you got the add-on, which was like you used to plug in the back, got a big cassette sort of thing slotting in the back of the PS2 with the Ethernet and everything, and so you could go online with it. That was for the PlayStation Online.
Right.
Yeah.
That was SOCOM US Navy SEALs.
I honestly thought you was going to pull out Battlefront then.
So that was obviously one of the first games that came out on.
Did anyone ever use that Ethernet cable thing in the back of PS2s though? Did anyone?
Well, you had to put it in. You had to put it in. That used to actually attach in the back in one of the slots.
No, but did anyone ever play online?
Yeah, I did. It weren't very. To be honest, that was free at the time, and that's probably lucky it was free because that was not very fast. And a lot of the time, you used to get booted out rather than get you logged in. That was a nightmare to log in at first. But the Xbox Live was just like leaps and bounds ahead of it. You used to just plug that in while you went. That was straight online.
I remember watching that thing. I remember the guy, the British guy who invented the internet was saying he was pissed off because he wanted it always to be free. It was meant to be a free thing, this. Do you know what I mean? But nothing's free, is it, nowadays?
Nothing's free now, is it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. So Adam got a TV in his bedroom when he was 7. That's all right. I didn't really like Pong. There was never enough grunts like the real tennis. Well done. It's all spontaneous. Yeah. SOCOM was great, says Gaz. We didn't get a colour TV till 79. I don't remember black and white TV in our house. Do you, Si? Do you remember?
Yeah, I've still got one.
Oh, you still got one, TJC?
Yeah, I don't remember one. 14-inch portable.
I remember one at my grand's house. I remember my gran having a black and white telly because we always used to laugh at the snooker. Remember, like how did you tell the snooker balls and stuff? Remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first black and white telly I ever had? Because like I say, my mum and dad had one my dad had one when they first got together, and they had a spare one that they used to use sort of sometimes in the kitchen or something like that. And we'd put it in there to watch TV while they're cooking tea or stuff like that. But the first one they had was a little 14-inch portable, and the channels was with just one knob, and you had to like twist it around and turn it in to get the channels. And just to change channel, you used to have to twist them. You didn't have the buttons where they were separately tuned. That was just like you had to turn it to.
I remember one remote with just one big button on it, and it clacked.
Oh, it was like the nuclear bomb button.
Yeah, and it was just one button on this.
And if you remember, Mark, right, that wasn't blue. It was they had a wire on it, dead long wire to the telly on that remote.
That was just an up and down, wasn't it, sort of thing? Where
that's what it was.
Down, up, down, yeah. But then I've got a 14-inch portable in the loft, black and white.
Yeah.
Which has got the buttons where you open the little door next to it, and you got the little tuny bits in it, and next to each button to tune the channels in.
Oh, what?
So that was obviously we used to have that, but we didn't used to care if that was all you had. You just put that on and play the game on there. You didn't really care, did you?
I do remember being my dad's remote. I bet you still are though. I bet you still are when you go around. I'd have just turned channel 4's on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd have put 3 on.
Yeah.
Bin's about to start.
The Commodore version of Outrun.
Man.
Which is what made you laugh, because you think now everything was obviously Sega stuff would only be on Sega. Nintendo stuff would only be on Nintendo. But obviously at this time when they had these, you used to get them all on everything. People just used to port them straight onto the computer. Wow. So you used to have the Outrun, and I got one of the sequels. What was it? Turbo Outrun. What was it? Whatever it is, and then they're 40 or whatever it is.
Iconic 80s, ain't it? It really is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You used to have all them, didn't you?
What's this Chris is talking about? I used to go to Halo LAM parties or LAN parties with Xbox Live when I was in my 20s.
That's the local area network. What you should do is you have like you always should take your Xboxes to like somewhere, and then they Ethernet them all together. So basically, you're all playing together. That was before you had playing online with each other.
Right.
You used to do it. They used to call it a LAN party where you could be able to connect so many together, and you'd all play in one room with a TV and Xbox to yourself, and you'd all be playing in one room.
PGM in New Zealand said we had to have people on bicycles hooked up to our TVs to get them going.
Pedal faster.
I'm not saying about New Zealand. I'm at the moment watching Traitors New Zealand. I'm mad on it.
Resident Evil 2.
Brilliant.
PlayStation 1, obviously for the first PlayStation. Loved that game.
Do you remember the cutscenes in that game? They were crazy, weren't they?
One of my favourite games that just reminded me of, because I've never played Resident Evil, so I don't know why I said brilliant, because I thought it was Max Payne. I loved the Max Payne game. That was brilliant.
The
Max Payne game, yeah.
Yeah.
So you got that. One Claire would probably like inside, I reckon. Theme Hospital, you have to run a hospital.
Oh, yeah, she'd be right up her street, that. She loves games like that.
Tell me
like The Sims or anything.
I had a TV like that, TJC, changing channels. So I was like opening.
That's exactly it. You'd be sitting there like that, trying to get it tuned in, and then you had two wheels. You had one for the main bit to get the channel up, and then you had the slight adjustment bit next to it, and you'd be sitting there trying to get the best picture. And that's And
I remember them Pong controllers. Bing.
Colin McRae Rally.
I love Colin McRae Rally, but V Rally was always my jam back for old school rally games. V Rally, me and Jay could just batter V Rally. We loved it.
And then obviously, because Shabby just mentioned it.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Loved it. Loved all our games. To read that aside, brilliant. Max Payne.
That's very true, Dave. Yeah, I agree with that.
Dave nicks it.
VTR, brilliant. Be like, oh god.
I said, no, what are you on about? Colour TVs no idea.
There was hardly a time we only had 3 TV channels, and BBC Two played children's educational programs in the morning, but didn't play anything in the afternoons. Wow. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? TVs used to come in an oak cabinet. You know what? That's so funny that. And being in America, Mr. B, I've noticed that a lot when I go to these old flea markets, and they always have a TV in a cabinet side. Did we do that in England?
Yeah, me Uncle John did. I think we put a cabinet at one point where your TV was in it.
I remember our TV being on.
Your TV was your furniture. That's the one thing about TVs, not anymore, isn't it? That at one point, your TV was your furniture. Like people would have things on top, they'd put them in, the doilies would be on them, just little carriage clocks. People have having cabinets, and now they're just like, I don't know. I think it's such a technology, isn't it? Plasma and the way that we have TVs today, that it's just they're not special in the sense anymore, like what a television was, in a sense.
No, but another good thing is, though, I like it now, especially with my missus does, because you can stick it anywhere now, the TV, because it's so thin and so light, and you can put it wherever you want now. There used to be a time when you put it in your room, it was so heavy, that was it. That's where it stays.
Basically, you'd put it in that one place and think, I'm not moving that ever again. Sitting there. And that's...
Exactly, Terry.
I don't know about you two, but I have my TV on a stand. It's on its stand in the corner still. So even though that technology was made to come out of it, how many people in the chat, Gia, have your television on your wall, or do you have it in like as you had it before? For me, it's on a video cabinet in front of the window. It's on its stand. It's not on the wall. How do you have yours?
I built my own TV standing and did it all pop culture and put my TV on there.
Mine's wall mounted because I've chased all the walls in, and I've put all the HDMI cables, chased them all into the wall, so it's all hidden. So it's all straight out of boxes out of the wall, and it's all Ethernet and everything all hidden. So I can't have cables hanging about. That really wound me up.
This is why I love Tub Thumpers, man. When you're getting onto this, I've never thought about this stuff, like old TVs for years. Smith Lord said when I was younger, going to parties was all about trying to cop with girls and feel some, I think the parties I went to. G-Force breaking news, 4 days until his 52nd birthday.
Look at over 55.
PlayStation 1. That's a Dreamcast.
That's the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Let me just make you bigger a bit so I can see that pop. Yeah, that's awesome. So looks like a PlayStation 1.
Similar.
Yeah. Wow. And that they all still work, do they, Terry? Are they all still work?
I've got a video on the channel where the Dreamcast had an issue with the power supply, which was like the card with the power supply card. And they used to have this thing where it used to keep rebooting the console because that would overheat and that would reset itself. Right. But they've done a fix for it now, which is obviously thinking I do it, put it all, change it all, and upgrade it in the video. And there was your memory card, which was a little computer itself, wasn't it? You have little games on it.
Yeah, there it is. Wow. Do you remember that side?
Used to get the Sonic Adventure and used to get them little characters, what they called KO, whatever they were called. And used to download it on the thing, and that'd go on your memory card. And used to, like the Tamagotchi type thing. Yeah, that was like that. You used to have to do things like that, feed it, and do that sort of stuff. That was like a little Tamagotchi game off Sonic Adventure. Yeah, not that I did that. If I had it, that'd have died in about a day.
PS1 Colony Wars. I couldn't play enough of that game. Wow.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I kept all my Commodore 64 games. They were all related to TV shows and movies. Yeah, I think they could make a game over anything back then, weren't they? Because I've seen the way you and Roland's, you pull out your stuff, and some of the stuff like a Benny Hill game.
I've got the Airwolf game there, like you saw earlier. But when you play that, you're the Airwolf helicopter and you're shooting whatever. That's got to shoot them up. But I think in one of them, I think Airwolf 2, you were fighting aliens in it.
Cool.
They just used to use the license.
Yeah. I'm just saying licenses were a lot more lapsing back in them days. They weren't
all you were paying for was you wanted to use that helicopter. You'd have a helicopter in it and you'd use that likeness, and then away you go with the thing. But you didn't have to stick to the TV show or anything.
Yeah, mine's on a homemade. Well, I bought a half when it was knackered and I restored it and put pop culture all over it. So, yeah, I know that, Mr. B. On the wall, more room for Playmobil. That's what I like to hear, Cat. Mine's on a sand side. We got all the consoles in blue. Oh, I bet that's cool. Where you've had it all.
Same as me, Kev. Exactly the same. That's how I have mine. PS5's underneath it. All my games, some Blu-rays.
There we go. Yeah, all my TVs on all cables hidden like Terry's, right? Cool. Smith Lord, I was in my early 20s. I'd already met my wife, Helen. I mean, my wife by now. They said Helen then. My flat screen is balanced on top of my fireplace. That's what I mean, because it's a small now. You can balance them on that, can't you? Metal frame, oak top, and glass shelf on bottom. That sounds awesome.
When I first moved into my house, when I first bought my house, I had one of them triple layer TV stands, which were like that smoked black glass with the metal posts in it. You remember them?
Yeah.
With the cable holes in it. But that's what I had when I first moved in. That's all wall mounted now. It's all on the wall and everything's like chased into the wall now.
Walmarts are too high for the best picture quality for modern TV, says our Jono. Your eye level should be around the middle of the screen when sitting down.
Well, that is definitely me. I'm funny like that. If I don't have the telly dead center on, I'm funny.
We have that as well, Gaz. My wife puts on. We have a big dresser and she puts it on top of that. Yeah. Although the TV that weighed about 6 tons, you'd throw you back. I know. Can you imagine? That's the thing. But even now, if you're moving a brand new modern TV, you get ready for it, don't you? Like you did when we were kids, because they're like, oh, is that it? Do you know what I mean? Because TVs.
When I set mine up in the lounge, you got a poster, which a fold-out poster to the size screen you got. And you had to set it onto the wall where you think, and then it actually had, like you said, the eye line had to be in a certain place of that TV. So then you'd set it where you put it, and then that's where you'd mount the TV on the wall.
Yeah, look at Adam. Yeah, it's just everyone has to get the TV. And do you always have a certain place in your house you have to watch the TV? I do. I always have to sit there. I can't sit at the side.
Dad's chair. Dad's chair. Dad's chair.
The dogs for me though, Si. The kids don't sit it. Well, the dogs do shift. Do you know what I mean? Because the dogs, because he's so worn in with my big behind. The dogs are like,
oh yeah, I can get in here.
Got about excuse, no problem, Chris. It's been.
See you later, Chris. And yeah, good show last night, pal. It was good. Yeah,
it was. I enjoyed it.
This is give you an idea, Shabs. The floppy disk for a Commodore 64. That's one of them.
Yeah, I always was under the impression they came before cassettes for some reason.
That's what it's just literally flimsy.
No.
Yeah, that's news to me.
The Amiga ones is obviously the smaller 3.5.
So all those ones I see on an Apple, Mac, or whatever, they were after the cassettes. Then
cassettes were first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's blown me away. That, yeah.
But you used to go into like a local mini market near me where you used to have all the they used to have a certain part of it was games.
Yeah.
And that used to have, you get a cassette and you get some of them sort of like I think there were companies like Mastertronic and US Gold. They used to do certain games and they'd be like $1.99 on tape.
Look at that. I was quite anal about height and distance because, like, you people do normally have them quite high. Yeah, the distance.
Some people do, and that's not unless you're going to be lying down looking at it like that.
My in-laws have it. I remember going to their house and it was right up. And you have to watch it like that, and I was like, forget that.
I feel like you're in a dentist waiting room for that. No.
Wall mounted at the proper height is fine, Adam, when we've all done it like that. Just most people stick them up way too high and get a shit picture. Yeah, that's true. There are sources online to set your TV surround sound up perfect for your room. I've always wanted one of them. I've never had one, a sound bar, especially for
I've got a sound bar downstairs. And
I don't know how they work, so I wouldn't know where to start.
That do make a lot of difference.
Oh, you need one. How do you listen to your speakers off a flat screen telly? They're absolutely awful.
And it's funny that because even though I've got a TV in here, I just play the PlayStation in it really because I can't watch movies because it always sounds dead tinny. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what? You can pick up a soundbar from like Walmart for like 30 quid.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Just for the bass sound of it, just for a bit of bass in your ears. They are worth it. You should know.
Yeah, I should look into it, definitely. I can remember when we got our first colour TV, it took two big men from Rumbelows to carry it.
But you think you might have been all right, Shabby, with your arms, but most people couldn't get their arms around the TV.
Sharon carried six. You carried six of them like that.
Brilliant. You know, you probably wrapped around twice or something to carry it. But the thing was, the back of the telly was so big, wasn't it? So if you're trying to hold it at the front, you had to then try and hold it underneath to hold the back because the back was so much, the width of it was.
I'll tell you a true story. I've never, and the reason I did it is because I've never seen anything like it. So when I first got to the States in '99, and I was getting all my furniture stuff and ready, and so I had a really nice apartment, and I got one of those. I rented one of those because I couldn't afford it, so I rented. It was like a renter center. It's called over here, where you rented TVs and furniture. Yeah. The reason I did is because I wanted one of these massive American TVs. Yeah. Well, it came, and it was in a big box, so it was like a massive box, and it took 3 blokes to get it in. It was huge. It was on the roll. Yeah. If I find a picture, I'll stick a picture up and show you a lot of it. But I'd never seen a TV this big, being from England, coming over here, and I wanted to get that American experience or whatever. But it was huge, this thing. And I think
that what you, Scuba, and the G-Force were carrying?
No, that was that was my Eternia playset. That was last year.
I think that was as well. They'd done it. That box was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When I was still at my parents' house, the last TV I had at my parents' house was one of the last big back TVs. That was a 28-inch screen, and I had it on a mount up on the wall, and that was basically like sticking out on this massive arm. The arm looked like I could hold the Empire State Building. That was that big. It was just ridiculous because of the weight of the TV.
Yeah, but someone said before about aerials and stuff, and you had to move your aerial about. Weird, I never thought about any of this. Yeah, normally because they're rich above fireplaces. I have a fireplace in here, but I always baffle me why I've got a fireplace in North Carolina.
If I found a fireplace in my house, I'd have to call the fire brigade, isn't it, buddy?
Yeah, they are, Keith. I think we all have the spot, don't we? All of us. Yeah, you're right, Keith.
Get out of that chair.
Right. I'll have a look. One of you lads is going to have to inform me then, because I have seen him, but I don't know how they work. And I don't know whether you've noticed it.
No, you just plug it in. You just plug it in the back.
I've got mine. I've got mine downstairs. I got it with the TV. That was like a half price deal with the TV. So I got that, and I got a subwoofer box as well. So I put the subwoofer box down to the side, and then the sound bar just plugs in with an optical cable straight to the back of the TV.
Right. Okay. I'll definitely have a look. We're a bit.
I could not listen to a flat screen TV with that sound bar.
The thickness of the TV, you can't have a decent enough speaker.
No bass sound at all. It's so tinny. It sounds like somebody's. Yeah, it sounds like somebody's tapping on tin. No, couldn't.
And some of them even vibrate because they're so thin they rattle when you turn the volume up. But the TV plastic will just rattle with the speed. That's just horrible.
BTR says, I wanted the cinema experience at home, so I mounted my TV 20 foot up on the wall, 1 foot in front of my sofa, and also paid people to come out and watch it and eat loudly. Brilliant. Get off your phone, please. Even the cats and dogs moved when I wanted to sit. It's my spot. Oh, they're brilliant. Anything else to show TJC?
Well, this is a special bit just for you, Shabs.
Oh,
Right?
I've loved tonight. You've been great tonight, TJC. You've been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Because of your obsession. Right?
Hang on.
Make him big, Mark. Make him big.
Because
Okay.
of your obsession, I had to make sure I got this especially for you. Right. So when Si comes over to the States, obviously I'll go to the NEC and I'll give it to him then to give to you. But
Well, hang on. This is for me.
this is for you.
Oh my life. I don't believe that. I was on eBay looking for that, and the cheapest one I found was about $60 over here.
Well, it just so happens a friend of mine had one.
That's awesome. I don't care. I'm going to get loads of shit from the chat. I don't care.
So
That's awesome.
I got that because I said
man.
I know someone will have that.
I'm going to display it with that new gem I got. Oh,
Well, like I
wow.
say, you can have it as a backdrop to your doll, can't you? You can have it behind it as a.
That's absolutely what a way to end it. That is
Yeah,
absolutely
it is. But
brilliant.
what you forgot there, Terry, is that you just said you're giving it me to give him, and he's just told me the value of him in America. So we can have it when he passes over $50 to me. I'll pass him over his anyway. No problem whatsoever. We
I'll
all
hold you at ransom now for your gem annual.
we
well, there you
always-
have it. There is the tubs of TJC. Brilliant.
I've only got another 50 to come.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Obviously,
have a
there's
look.
loads.
Shabby,
I could
just
come and do
select
another. I could
external
do
soundbar.
easily do another show.
Well, we might as well tell them next season for Tub Thumper. We're filled this year. I can't believe it. We've got some awesome guests coming up. Everyone
We
who
have.
like, and everyone's turned around and said, yeah, which I really, and including yourself, TJC. Me and Si appreciate everybody turning up or being on Tub Thumper. It wouldn't be Tub Thumpers, would it? So, but next season we're going to do the sequels. So everyone who's been on a Tub Thumpers, including yourself, who wants to come back and do a show, more stuff, you're more than welcome. So next season is season 4 is the sequels to Tub Thumpers. So,
So I have to sort my loft out so I can actually get some different boxes out then, I suppose.
absolutely brilliant. Shabby, you just select external soundbar from the TV. Right, okay, I'll try it. Not even joking, G. It's exactly the right distance. Out of interest, VTR Dave, how much do you pay for that? 8 night at VTRs. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Listen to this. Yeah, I know, Mr. V. How cool. That TJ, that's awesome, man.
What was that? What was that? Something I saw a Blakey comment there. What was that?
Is TJC saving his last sign? Lots of love photo of Blake until the last.
I'll get you, Butler. I'll get you, Terry.
Yes, exactly
All right, thanks,
right.
Pete. Thanks for that. Thanks.
I'll tell you something. I just said that, right? Cheers, George. Great, thank you. We're going to do size magic in a minute, so don't all fly off. We've got 45.
Yeah, you have time for size magic.
No, that's why they have fallen off, Mark. That's why we have left.
They just don't want to be too amazed, size. What it is, they can't deal with it. It's just
amazed. They're going to be amazed because it's now time. Right, so here's the part of the show where we're all amazed. Now, how many times, TJC, during previous Tub Thumpers have you been amazed by this part of the show?
Every time.
Every time. So, right, so Si, what is tonight's magic of the mind?
Tonight's magic of the mind is the floating pen of Fleetwood.
The floating pen of Fleetwood, right?
I learned this from a few sailors. I think Tez knows them.
Not me, the other Ted.
This is how you make a pen float. So really, if I put this and I put it in my hand like this, yeah, and I'm doing it like that, you can obviously. Oh, hang on, let's get prepared.
Right. Oh,
so you can see it like that. There it is around. Yeah. So you can tell obviously that's my thumb holding the pen. All right.
Yeah.
So if I did that, you can tell that's obviously that holding my pen. Yeah. So I do all that. Take it around. But the trick of the floating pen of Fleetwood is I can float the pen up, push it back down, float the pen up.
Look at that.
Shazam.
The
No, everyone, that should be
flaunting
standing ovation. That should be on in Vegas, that stuff.
I can't believe it. Look at
yeah.
this.
So
Look at
whereas
this.
Mark says the money's not worth monetizing, I actually think it is due, Terry.
With a show like that, that's got to be.
I've
watched.
changed my mind. Put all your super chats on. Oh, that size babe station hand. Oh, brilliant. Fleetwood pick the TV version.
Oh dear.
Oh, look at real magic. Tower Des. That's amazing.
Thank you, Derek. It's just for you lot.
Coxie's actually. Actually.
Thank you, Coxie.
You sound shocked, Coxie. What's that?
Gil's there. Look at Gil's. Is like, well, yeah, I've got to admit that was impressive.
Most impressive. There you go.
That was brilliant, Mr. B. Amazing, Mr. Kane says. What the actual fans? Speechless sigh. Just speechless by your
Yeah,
magical
so those that stuck around, I bet you're glad you did now for sticking around, aren't you? Thank you.
But I bet you
No.
oh, that saved for ages without shooting. Absolutely brilliant. Amazing penmanship there, Si. Well, just jealous, Si. Just jealous. Well, anyway, thank you for the magic, Si. Thank you for the question of the night. And before we go, let's one more time watch the gallery of TJC. So as you can see, it's TJC Toy Memories. The link for TJC's YouTube channel is in the description of this video, but some of the lads have put it also the link to TJC's channel in the chat, which is awesome. You learned that from sailors. Are you sure they were holding pens?
I'm sure it was a pen.
Lizard people. He's one of them lizard people. Behold the power, behold the magic. Well, yeah. Great stuff with TJC. TJC, absolutely brilliant, man. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Great start to the new season. Yeah.
It was, Si. I agree with that, Si. Gandalf must be shitting himself. Also, return for the Tub Thumpers. Thank you to TJC, Shabby Si. Yeah, it's been brilliant. And we're on next week. We've got a guest lined up for next week. Awesome guest. We all know who he is, but we'll have to wait till next week to see. Great episode of the Fantastic Thumpers. Well done, everyone. Thank you all very much. TJC, you got anything coming up you want to say before we go?
I'm not sure yet. Obviously, because I've got my work shifts coming up. I've got to try and work around them. So I'll probably have to post it on their socials.
Right. Okay. Me and Si have got our late night. So tomorrow night, if you're up, it's 2 a.m. in the morning for you Irish and UK lads. But if you're up, and you always know we're on. So we're doing that tomorrow. And then ZSR this Friday, is on the Matt's channel. So we'll be on ZSR then. But anyway, we're done. So thank you all for joining. It's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you to Si and thank you to good old TJC. We'll see you again next week. Stay strong, lads.
See you all.
Ciao, lads.
See you.